What if I told you there's a country where education is world class? PhD is almost free. Students can bring their families, and life after graduation is actually possible. Yes, I'm talking about Finland. In today's video, I'm breaking down everything you need to know about studying in Finland. Tuition fees, English taught programs, proof of funds, visa requirements, bringing dependents, and the full application process. This is not guesswork. This is complete step-by-step guide. If studying abroad is part of your plan, watch this video to the end, because missing one detail could cost you an entire intake. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Study Abroad Pal, and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss future guides like this. Let's get into it. Why study in Finland? Finland consistently ranks among the top education systems in the world, and that's not by accident. This is a country that focuses on quality over quantity, practical learning over memorization, innovation, technology, and research. Finland is also extremely safe, student-friendly, and highly intentional. But here's what most people don't tell you. Finnish universities are deeply connected to industries, meaning what you study is what employers actually need. And yes, students can work while studying and even after graduation. Keep watching, because I will show you exactly how realistic this is. One of the biggest questions people ask is, do I need to speak Finnish to study in Finland? The answer is no. Finland offers hundreds of English taught programs across bachelor's degree, master's degree, PhD programs. At bachelor's and master's level, you find programs in business, IT, engineering, health sciences, social sciences, data and technology fields. And for PhD students, English is the primary academic language, meaning you can study, research, and graduate without the need to speak Finnish. But wait, the real question is, how much does this actually cost? Let's talk about money next. If you're a non-EU or a non-EEA student, here is what you should expect. Bachelor's and master's program, roughly 80,000 euros to 20,000 euros per year, depending on the university and course. For bachelor's and master's program, you're expected to pay a tuition of about 8,000 euros to 20,000 euros per year, depending on the university and the course of study. For PhD programs, they are usually tuition free. Yes, many PhD students don't pay tuition at all, and some are even funded. Also important, most Finnish universities offer scholarships, sometimes covering 50% of the tuition, 75% of the tuition, or even 100% tuition waiver. But tuition is only one part of the equation. What if you want to come with your family? Let's talk about that. This is where Finland becomes very attractive. Finland allows international students to come with dependents, including your spouse, your children. Each family member applies for a residence permit, and yes, they are allowed to live, study, and in most cases work. But here's the key thing. You must show enough money to support everyone. And this is where many applications fail, because people don't calculate this correctly. So let's break it down clearly. Finland's want to be sure that you can support yourself without struggling. Here is the basic monthly requirements for proof of funds. For the students, you are required to show about 800 euros per month. For a spouse, you are required to show about 610 euros per month. For each child, about 610 euros per month. This is not negotiable, and this money must be clearly visible in your bank account. Let's calculate this together. A single student showing 800 euros per month. That is, for 12 months, we do 800 euros multiplied by 12, and that will give you 9,600 euros per year. That is what a single student is required to show in proof of fund per year, 9,600 euros per year. Then for student and spouse, you are required to show 1,410 euros per month. And for 12 months, if you multiply it, it's going to give you about 13,680 euros per year. That is what you are required to show if a student is going with his or her spouse. For student and spouse and one child, you are required to show 2,020 euros per month. And for 1 year, you multiply it by 12, it's going to give you about 24,240 euros per year. That is what you are required to show as proof of fund if a student is going with his or her spouse and one child. This is only for living expenses. Tuition is not part of it. If you are watching this and thinking, this is a lot, don't panic, because the cost of living in Finland may surprise you. Your actual monthly expenses depend heavily on where you live. On average, accommodation will cost you about 250 euros to 800 euros per month. Food will cost you about 150 euros to 300 euros per month. Transportation will cost you about 30 euros to 60 euros per month. Other expenses, miscellaneous, about 30 euros to 300 euros per month. Most students spend about 700 euros to 1,200 euros per month. Students who cook, live in student housing, and use student discount often stay on the lower end. If this kind of breakdown is helping you, please hit the like button. It tells YouTube to show this video to more students who need it. Now let's talk about documents. Finland is strict but fair. Here's what you must know. Documents not in English, Finnish or Swedish must be translated. Translations must be certified. Some universities may request certified copies of academic documents. Bank statements must be clear, verifiable, and recent. Do this wrong and your application can be delayed or rejected. So always follow instructions exactly as given. Now let's move into admission requirements. Across most universities, you will need a recognized academic qualification, English language proficiency, program-specific requirements. Deadlines matter a lot in Finland. Most bachelor's and master's program use joint windows, usually between January to March for the autumn intake. Miss deadline, you wait another year. Now let's go level by level. Bachelor's documents requirement. For bachelor's program, you typically need a high school certificate, academic transcript, English test result, that is IELTS, TOEFL, or any of its equivalent, passport copy, motivational letter for some programs. Some programs may also require entrance exams. Always check the program specific details. For master's degree, you require bachelor's degree certificate, academic transcript, English proficiency, your CV, motivational letter. For universities of applied sciences, relevant work experiences may be required. This is important. Don't neglect it. For PhD, the documents you are required to show are usually academic documents, and these range from master's degree certificate, academic transcript, research proposal, academic CV, References. PhD admissions are usually faculty-based, not centralized. Now let's connect everything with the full application process. Here's the simple flow. Search for programs, prepare documents, apply online, receive admission offer, accept offer, and pay tuition if required. Once you get your admission letter, it is time for your visa application and residence permit. For student visa application and residence permit, you will generally need valid passport, admission letter, proof of funds, health insurance, tuition payment proof, passport photos. Applications are done online, but biometrics are submitted in person. Processing is usually fast if your documents are complete. For the useful website you will need for your application process and all this process, they are all listed here: studyinfo.fi, studyinfinland.fi, migrate.fi, enterfinland.fi. I will add all of them in the video description. Finland is academically strong, family friendly, English friendly, and one of the best study destinations in Europe. But process depends on planning early, meeting deadlines, preparing finances correctly. If this video helped you, like it, subscribe to this channel, and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss out on our future guide.